Okay guys, so another package. I got 2 hats from the same vendor from Chicago. Okay. And I'm gonna show y'all what they look like. One is made of felt and one is a scrawl one, okay? So, y'all know before I do any of the hats, I put them on and kind of show you guys. I got my hot water running. So you see this how this one looks. So y'all will see how these hats look when you get them. This is a blank hide, meaning there's no sweatband, no nothing. I'm going to put it in here. Let the water do what it got to do. And then I'm going to get to use my new block that I got. I'm going to try this one on for you guys. See this one? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. So some people have different ways of the way they like to do their hats. Some people just like to simply steam their hats to make them. I realize that when I wet them and get them nice and wet, I get a really good pull out of them. So anytime you block this one, it has to go on this block first, okay? So, hold on, make sure I get all this wet and turn it off so I'm not hollering. Okay. So, this is the block, the one that I modified. We're going to use this one, okay? I get so excited about these blocks. Ooh, wee. So you see why I like to wet them, because when you wet them, you see it'd be just like butter. It just go on. Just like butter when you wet them. So it goes on very well. Now I want to lock in that shape. Where's the topper? And here we go. So I'm making sure that I put more water in there. Because this has a unique shape. So I want to be able to get everything. Sorry if I'm not in there. I want to be able to get everything in there. Okay. So now that I have that, I got to go get another board. Because I'm going to need this board. So remember, we put this on and we pull it. Because we need all of this to be flush, okay? And I'll be knowing from this one, the front to the back on this particular block. Okay, so now we're going to let this one sit on here and dry. And see, remember with this one, once it dries in this shape, it's just ready for whatever coloring and whatever I want to do. There's not a lot of work you have to do when you're doing the scrawl heads, okay? Now, this is the one. This is the one. And I actually like how these smell too. It's a nice little smell that it gives. I like how it smells. I'm trying to make sure I get the water soaked in there really good, because that's going to give me a really good pull. So this is a custom block. So when you order your block to do these heads, you need your size. This is my custom block. So this one is a 59 inches. So when you get your custom block, you got to get your custom block, and you have to get it and in your size. See, with that particular, I just put that, the scrawl can just go on the block. Just go on the block like that and it'd be good. So what I'm doing is pulling this down. I'll be using a sink as leverage. Okay. You got to get it to pull. Trying to get this lump down. I do it the wrong way. Let's see. Trying to get it nice and wet so that it can go. The wetter it is, the more easier it'll be to get it to go over this block the way that I need it to. I need it to flex over this block really well. So y'all see why it's easier to do scrawl hats than it is to do felt. Felt that put a little bit of elbow grease on it. Now that pusher downer is made for this, but I'm not the best with this yet. Like I said, I'm just getting into the hats really good. I'm not that good yet with the pusher downer. We have to use the leverage from the sink and so the reason why you pull this down on this block, you need it to get as flush as possible, okay? Real important. That is really, really, really important. To get it pulled down, it needs to be flush. It's coming. So that's why I like to get it real wet. Because the felt will open up to you better. And be careful if you're heavy-handed. Because can your hands be heavy enough to put a hole in this? Absolutely. Come on. Make sure everything is permanent on here. Because my head is white. And nothing's coming off. Okay. So I feel like I got it pretty good on this block. Y'all that know me, y'all know I like the wide brim hats, so you want to know which part you want to be your front from your back. This is called a puller downer. So just put it all the way down to the end of the brim. And you put that break in it. So you want it all the way down to the end of the block. Sorry, I'm all out of frame. You want it all the way down to the end of the block. And this shape is important. So this is why you get these hides that's big. So these two hats right here with shipping came to $58. These two hats. And if you decide to go to the lady's website and get her hat, I'll put the link in there. Send her a message and she'll send you the 10% discount. So when you send her a message, just tell her that, because she gave me a code. I don't know, like, you know, I have you do a code. It might be just for one person or whatever. I'm not for sure. But if I see it, the link with the code in it, I'll put it in there. But yeah, just tell her that I sent you. And you should get a 10% discount. So we have to let this dry in this stage, but we need this to be flush. Okay? Flush, flush, flush. Okay. So, okay, now I let these hats dry. We're gonna let these hats dry like this. That one. And this one. So they can get the shapes in there. So I'm trying to figure out. I don't know which one is the front, which way is the back. Do y'all think this way might be the front? Look at that way. And then look at this way. Because if it is, that means I got it backwards. Look like it's more pronounced here and less pronounced there. Wait a minute, y'all. Let me look at this again. Okay, so take a look with me, because I'm new to this. Okay, so look at how this shape is made. Do y'all think this is the back? So you see how that shape is made, right? And you see I got it tied. This is the back. And this is the front. But see, when you look at this one, to look like this way is more pronounced. I'm not for sure. I'm not for sure. You know what? Well, I just got the rope on the back. If it wind up not looking right, then we'll just reverse it. Because to be honest, I don't know. It's not a way that says the front, it's the back. You know, I don't know which part is the front, which part is the back. So these is cake turntables that I put my hats on. So you can go on Amazon, buy you a wooden cake turntable. You want to be a hat maker. So now we just gotta let both of these dry. Well, I figured out. And I actually, y'all see this curve I got it hanging over? It actually be some hats made like that. With that, like a over curve. Yeah, I might actually leave it like, I don't know. It's like all these new hats and these different styles. So I want to be able to make all kinds of hats. I really do. I want to be able to. Oh, Jesus. My neck, y'all. I'm sorry. I want to be able to make all kinds of hats. All kinds. So I want different, you know what I mean? I want real unique, different, and people be like, oh gosh, that hat is so different. So I'm kind of going for that. So I'm gonna let these dry, and I'll see you guys in another video. Toodles. Okay, so we have the hats up here, and we're letting the iron heat up. So while they're drying, kind of help it a little along the way. Kind of help them a little along the way, just a little bit. This is nothing but water. So I don't know if it's all the way hot. And you know what I gotta do? I gotta get me another board, because what I be doing is putting paint on these boards, and you know, sometimes the paint can get locked in there, then sometimes the paint can be not locked in there, so meaning that the paint can smear onto the hat, especially if you want your hat to be pure white. You don't want no transfer. So I got to get a board that I only do this on, where no paint, because a lot of my stuff is still stored up, so I don't have it out. So I'm just grabbing what I got, and I actually got paint on this board, and I normally wouldn't do paint on this board. I just would press. I gotta get my other pressing board. I wonder where that's at. I don't know. Yes, I just want to help it out a little bit. when it's drying. Give it a little help. Ooh, see that? Got a little transfer there. Try not to bend my neck down so much. So I'm just trying to make sure that I get it pressed out like really good, so that when it starts drying, it'll help me along the way. So every felt hat that you will do, regardless of what shape you want, you need to put it on this type of blocks first before you do it to that type of block. With the scrawl heads, you can put it directly on that block. You don't have to be, you know, all these steps you don't have to do. That's why I was saying that scrawl heads are easier to make than these. So no, you won't have to do half of what you're doing here. So I think I'm going to kind of leave it right here. I feel like this should be enough. Let it dry, and then I'll worry about the rest later. Just kind of get me halfway through. And remember, this hat got to get buffed and all that type of stuff. So I'm just trying to get the shape that I want it in. Kind of flatten these sides out. Okay. I gotta get some what is they called? Thumbtacks. So now I'm just gonna sit this over here and let it dry. So we're gonna let this one dry. However long it takes. However long it takes to dry. We're gonna help this one out a little bit. Then we're gonna let this go however long it takes to dry. So the heat is just gonna help lock the shape in there pretty good. And the point of having that topper too, to push down this piece, it helps lock the shape in there good too. So if they ask you, do you want the topper piece when you order the special like blocks like this, say yes. They'll charge you a little more, but that helps put pressure down on it so when it's drying. So yeah, when they ask, just say yes. Okay, I'm finna just heat this up a little bit more, then I'm gonna get off of here. Because my neck, I probably should be doing this sitting down, then all this bending over. So remember to always turn this valve off. Okay. So we're gonna let that dry. Unplug this iron. I'm gonna let everything. We're gonna let everything dry, and then we'll come back, you know, when all this dry, and then figure out what's our next step. Like, what are we gonna do next? Yeah. So I can't be doing it too long because of my neck. So I have to get on it a little bit and get off. So, okay, guys, we letting these dry. The steam just speeded up a little bit. So we're going to let these dry, and it's going to lock the shapes in. And then we'll go from there. Like what's next? Like, what's the next step that we want to do? Okay, guys, so we're going to let them dry, and then when them dry, we'll figure out what's the next step, what shape we want, what we want to do to it, and we'll go from there. Thanks for watching. Toodles. Sorry, guys, when I be talking, and I be talking so fast when I'm talking about the hats and stuff, that block is not 59 inches. It's 59 centimeters, okay? So I be talking so fast, and I get it mixed up. So the block that the head is on, the white one, is 59 centimeters, which I believe is 23 inches, but it's 59 centimeters. So when they make your block, they'll ask you for the size of your head, and you'll give it to them in centimeters, you know, and then they'll make a custom block for you. So yeah, I'm talking so fast, so not 59 inches, 59 centimeters, okay? 23 inches. Alrighty, guys. Thanks for watching. Toodles.